Samsung was expected to drop its first One UI 7 beta update over a month ago, but it's been pushed back indefinitely, and it seems like the company doesn't have a solid timeline for when we'll get our first glimpse of Android 15. One UI 7, which is based on Android 15, is anticipated to bring some significant changes to the Galaxy device experience. There are a bunch of updates in the pipeline, like a redesigned quick settings panel, new interactions similar to Apple's Dynamic Island, and a fresh visual style across the Android interface. However, the schedule for this update has been all over the place. Initially, Samsung aimed to roll out the first beta by mid-July, but that didn't happen, and the delays just kept piling up. By early August, the update was said to be delayed indefinitely due to bug fixes and the holdup with One UI 6.11. That update finally launched earlier this month and is now widely available, but there's still no news on when One UI 7 will actually arrive. Just yesterday, we mentioned that Samsung might soon release the Android 15-based One UI 7.0 beta update for eligible devices, since their subsidiaries worldwide have started testing it. However, today we got a not-so-great update from the brand. A Samsung forum moderator mentioned that the rollout date will be shared once the decision is made. It seems like Samsung has some idea of when the update might drop, but nothing is confirmed yet. There's been some behind-the-scenes progress in prepping for the beta, and with the Samsung Developer Conference coming up on October 3, we might hear some official news in the next couple of weeks. Plus, we're still waiting for Pixels to get Android 15 too. In the meantime, there are a few exciting upgrades we can expect with the upcoming One UI 7 update. Samsung will come with faster, more responsive app opening and closing animations. They have added interruptible animations in case you decide to close the app midway as it opens. Some new page return animations for the back gesture coming with Android 15 are also going to be available. This will go a long way to offer a more polished user experience. In a small video shared by SmartPricks, we see another element taken from iOS that works just like the Dynamic Island. You'll see a small pill-shaped notification on the left side of the status bar, which you can long press to expand. OnePlus implemented this feature already with the Oxygen OS 14 update, so we might see more Android OEMs adopting it soon. While the status bar didn't see any major changes, the battery indicator did get the rounded treatment like the rest of the One UI 7 interface. It has a pill-shaped design, with the battery percentage showing up inside. According to a leak, the default set of icons in One UI will see a complete redesign. They will feature more rounded iconography with distinct shades of colors that will make it easy for you to tell them apart. These new icons look quite refreshing from the current ones that we have grown used to. The change will be more prominent for camera, gallery, settings, and Samsung Internet. Another feature taken right from iOS 18 is the bold view for app icons. Picking this option will expand the icon size and hide the app names. You can go back to the normal view with labels by selecting the classic option. Along with icons, One UI 7 will also bring noticeable changes to the quick settings panel. From the image, you can see it has more rounded, pill-shaped blocks, with separate pills for brightness and volume. The quick settings toggle takes up less space now, but you can still expand them to show a detailed view. In another move to blur the differences between Android and iOS, Samsung will be bringing a new option to show notifications on a separate page from quick settings. I imagine that you will have to pull down from the left side to show notifications and the right to bring up quick settings. You can, of course, show them in a typical merged view if you prefer that. Lastly, we should get to see some new widgets both for the home and the lock screen with more resizable options. Currently, there are only a few widgets that you can add on the lock screen, so some new ones are surely going to be welcomed. Samsung is the only Android manufacturer to create its own ecosystem. However, it has not been able to take advantage of it in any significant manner like Apple. This will change with continuity notifications, which will let you send notifications, incoming calls, or video calls to other Galaxy smartphones and devices signed in with the same Samsung account. The camera icon isn't the only thing that has received a redesign. One UI 7 also updates the layout of the camera app, bringing controls and all other options at the bottom section of the app. Options like flash, aspect ratio, timer, and settings, which used to be at the top, have now been shifted right above the camera shutter button, placing all the different camera modes like portrait, video, and night mode below the shutter. It leaves the top portion of the UI empty, while making the options more reachable with one hand. Samsung is leaving no stone unturned in promoting its Galaxy Eye features, which leads us to suspect that there is a possibility that we'll see some version of Bixby with LLM capabilities. It could be an on-device AI model assisting with things like voice transcription, contextual replies, real-time translation, and call screening. Another possible change that could be coming with oneui 7 is a dark theme for icons. This will be similar to what we have seen on iOS 18. Icons will take up a darker tone when you switch to the dark mode. Samsung is also bringing a vertical app drawer with the next version of Samsung's Android skin. However, it is only going to be available using a Good Lock module. This will be a typical vertically scrollable drawer with the search bar at the bottom, making it one-hand friendly. These are all the features that we currently expect to roll out with oneui 7.0. There is no doubt that this is ramping up to be significant changes to the interface, and there is a lot of hype around it. When the beta drops, we are surely going to be the first ones to cover the update, so if you want the latest coverage, then keep checking back. What do you think about oneui 7.0, and is there a particular feature you are most looking forward to? Let us know in the comments below. Meanwhile, Samsung's oneui 7 beta based on Android 15 was expected to drop this month, but that has yet to happen, and now Sammobile is reporting that the update is pushed to September. There's no time date for the new release, but the Galaxy Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6, and S24 series will be amongst the first devices eligible for oneui 7. Samsung was initially expected to launch its oneui 7 beta program towards the end of July, a date that's obviously come and gone at this point. The reason for the delay, it's been reported, is that Samsung is waiting on the rollout of its oneui 6.11 update before pulling the trigger on the beta program. As of earlier this month, the update had been delayed indefinitely. It's a rather confusing situation, especially seeing as Samsung generally touts the rollout of a new oneui version in press releases before the update actually commences. Again, we've heard nothing on that thus far. oneui 7 will come to a bunch of Samsung devices. Considering the long list of phones that Samsung has in its portfolio, it will push out the upcoming oneui 7 to this year's flagships first, followed by its older devices. So you can expect to receive oneui 7 and all of its features on the Galaxy S24 series, Z Fold 6, and Z Flip 6 before other devices. Going by the leaks and rumors circulating on X, formerly Twitter, there are plenty of design changes and new features that we'll get to see with the oneui 7 update. So, are you excited for the upcoming oneui 7 from Samsung? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and for more updates you can check out our channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, take care.